Pippa Middleton and James Matthews looked oh so glamorous as they attended a friend's wedding in Stockholm today. The newlyweds were all smiles as they attended the wedding of Swedish entrepreneur Johns Bartholdsson and Anna Ridderstad. But it looks like Pippa may have broken a crucial piece of wedding guest etiquette, and it was all down to what she was wearing. You see, as James is wearing a white tie with his tux, it's safe to assume that the dress code was a very formal white tie. This means a formal floor-length evening gown for ladies. And while Pippa followed this guidance to the letter, her color palette may have left something to be desired. She chose to wear white on the day, a big no-no at weddings. Although, she did negate this by choosing a gown adorned by a floral print. Pippa wore a white gown for the occasion covered with a pretty floral pattern. The long dress featured a high neck and she radiated a boho 1970s vibe that contrasted to her husband's traditional tux. Pippa has been friends with Johns for years. In 2015 they celebrated her 32nd birthday in an unusual way by completing a grueling endurance race together. The wedding was held at Stockholm's Oscar Church before the high-class crowd boarded a steamboat to a villa for the reception. According to the Swedish press, 190 guests were invited to Villa Pauli. They all arrived by boat to ensure as much privacy as possible from the waiting photographers. Just last month, the couple looked the picture of happiness as they arrived in Sydney following a sun-drenched tropical honeymoon on a private island. The newlyweds flew out on honeymoon the day after their May 20th wedding in Berkshire to enjoy a week of calm and serenity in French Polynesia, before catching a flight to Australia to continue their holiday. They were seen holding hands while walking alongside the famous Sydney harbour before boarding a water taxi and then a waiting seaplane, which took them to dinner with friends at a luxury restaurant nearby. Pippa, 33, looked elegant in a white and black striped dress, teamed with black wedges and a smart black jacket, while millionaire businessman James was more casual in his blue jeans, white shirt and blue jumper. They were looking relaxed following their week on a private island called Teshuroa, once owned by Marlon Brando, which sits in the heart of French Polynesia. Teshuroa boasts everything from pristine white sand beaches to crystalline blue waters and was snapped up by Brando after he visited the island while filming Mutiny on the Bounty. It's the first time the duo have been pictured since they were seen leaving St. Mark's Church in Inglefield on May 20th looking utterly loved up after their wedding vows. Pippa and James tied the knot in front of loved ones including Pippa's big sister Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, Prince William, Prince Harry, and Princess Eugenie. They enjoyed a champagne reception at the luxury Inglefield house near the church, before returning to party the night away at the Middleton family home, where a £100,000 glass marquee had been constructed in the garden. Guests reportedly had their pick of a whiskey bar, magnums of expensive champagne and £40,000 worth of Russian caviar, while photos of Pippa and James were beamed onto the wall of the Middleton Manor. It was an adults-only affair, so young guests, including page boy Prince George and flower girl Princess Charlotte, were sent home, leaving their parents, Kate and William, to party the night away. Luxury caterer Table Talk provided the May 5-course dinner, which reportedly included nods to the groom's Scottish heritage. There was also said to be a huge wheel of parmesan available for guests to pick at during the night, while 20,000 canapés were served throughout the day. According to reports, groom James gave a speech in which he spoke poignantly about his late brother Michael, who tragically died while climbing Mount Everest in 1999. He is said to have told guests he was sure Michael was looking down on them during their special day. Michael was just 22 years old when he disappeared during his descent from Everest, after becoming the youngest Briton to ever reach the summit. Pippa actually climbed to the summit of the Matterhorn in 2016 in honor of Michael's memory, raising money for the Michael Matthews Foundation, which was set up following his death. James chose not to accompany her because it was too emotional. Also giving speeches were James' brother Spencer Matthews, from Made in Chelsea, and Pippa's brother James Middleton, who are said to have formed a double act during their time at the microphone. According to E! News, things even got so jovial that at one point wedding guests broke into an impromptu Beatles sing-along while Spencer was talking. Meanwhile, the father of the bride, Michael Middleton, is said to have joked, "I've lost 2 daughters now. But to great men." He's also said to have spoken proudly about Pippa and her achievements. Guests at the reception were also treated to a flyover by a World War II Spitfire. The vintage aircraft buzzed over the skies above the £100,000 glass marquee in the Middleton family garden during the evening reception, after the Middletons reportedly warned neighbors to expect a bit of noise and apologized for any inconvenience. Prince Harry attended with his girlfriend, American actress Meghan Markle, though she managed to avoid being photographed at all, bar arriving at the reception with Harry. She didn't attend the church with Harry, but he drove off after the vows were said to collect Meghan and bring her to the reception.